Hello guys, welcome once more to another video on our YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to be looking at equation on projectile motion, an equation with a ball is projected from point O with velocity 30 meters per second at an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal. At that same instant, a second ball B is projected in the opposite direction with initial speed of 60 meters per second from the same level and 200 meters from O. If the balls collide, show that the angle of projection of B is approximately 26 degrees, and then also show that the time they took before colliding is 3.8 seconds. Alright, so I just drew the diagram, so we are going to analyze together. So this was happening. We have a point, we have a ball A is projected, we have a ball B is projected at the same level. Point A is projected from O. Now they actually collide at this point, and clearly when they collide, ball A has traveled the horizontal distance of SX and ball B has traveled the horizontal distance of XXB. Now when they collide here, they have traveled the same vertical distance. I just call that vertical distance Y. So in essence, this was happening. We have, this is for the velocities, okay, so this one was for the distances, and then now this now it leads to diagram for the velocities. So we have the initial position of ball A is here. The angle that the initial velocity makes to the horizontal is 30 degrees. So we can resolve the velocity into two components: the vertical component, which will be 30 sine 30, and the horizontal, which is 30 cos 30. Now for ball B, we can see that it is inclined. Its initial velocity makes an angle of theta with the horizontal. So the vertical component will be 60 sine theta and the horizontal will be 60 cos theta, since that initial velocity is 60 meters per second. Now the distance that is separating the two balls at time t equal to 0 is 200 meters, which means that the horizontal distance traveled by A plus the horizontal distance traveled by B is equal to 200 meters. Alright, so when these balls collide, the first thing is that they have traveled the same vertical distance, and vertical distance is Y. So the vertical distance traveled by A is equal to the vertical distance traveled by B. Now what's the vertical distance traveled by A? We know that S is equal to UT plus half AT squared. Okay, so in this case we are going to have S will be equal to, so SA will be that's the vertical, the initial velocity in the vertical direction for AT minus half GT squared. Now for ball B is the same thing, UT minus half GT squared, but the U there is the initial velocity of ball B in the vertical direction. This time taken by both balls is the same. Alright, so realize that minus half GT squared we cancel with minus half GT squared, and then we have this. From here, T is going to cancel, and then you realize that the initial velocity in the vertical direction for ball A is 30 sine 30, and the initial velocity in the vertical direction for ball B is 60 sine theta. So from here we can divide both sides by 60, and you realize that 30 on 60 is half. Okay, sine 30 is also half, so we have half times half is 1 on 4, so sine theta is equal to 1 divided by 4. And if sine theta is 1 divided by 4, it means that theta is sine inverse of 1 divided by 4. You approximate to 14.5 degrees. So this answer has a little problem. Anyways, do the punching and let me know. Okay, now when these balls also collide, you realize that the distance, the horizontal distance traveled by A plus the horizontal distance traveled by B at a particular after using a certain time period is equal to the distance that is separating the two balls at the time when t is equal to 0. So that's why we have SXA plus SXB is equal to 200 meters. Now what is S? Remember that S is equal to UT plus half AT squared, but in the horizontal direction there is no A. Alright, so A is 0, so S will just be equal to UT. So you realize that we have UX80. This U here is, since we are dealing with SX, we need to take the initial velocity in the horizontal. Even the same thing for B, then we equate to 200. They use the same time, all right, because when they collide, the time of collision is common to both of them. So we can factorize the time, and you realize that ux is the initial velocity in the horizontal direction for ball A, which is 30 cos 30. For ball B is 60 cos theta. Theta is 14.5, so we have 60 cos 14.5. We divide both sides by the coefficient of t, and then when we divide, we get approximately 2.5 seconds. So check this again. If I punch 12, if it's actually 3.8. So that's it for the video. See you guys in the next video. Make sure you comment in the comment section and share the video with your friends. Thank you guys once more for watching.